Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. Love him or hate him? I'm sure many people are just going to be tuning in to see if Deontay Wilder has really improved since he received a beating of epic proportions in February 2020 at the hands of Tyson Fury, who at that point became the WBC champion, relieving Deontay Wilder of the title that it held for 5 years. And I think, like many, initially I was just lukewarm on a third fight because the outcome of the second, it was so conclusive. And I'm definitely an advocate of fresh fights in the heavyweight division. We get far too many rematches. And let's face it, guys like Fury, Wilder, Anthony Joshua, rematches, etc. in recent years, it's tied up the top end of the division. So we've seen fewer fresh title fights than we probably otherwise should have. But with all the drama that's gone on since that second fight more than 18 months ago, I actually have warmed up to seeing this third fight, and I'm actually looking quite forward to it. On one hand, you've got Tyson Fury vowing to run over Deontay Wilder like an 18-wheeler, and on the other, a supposedly reinvigorated, reinvented Deontay Wilder promising to run Tyson Fury over like a freight train. And it's fair to say a big part of the narrative for this third fight has been built upon the so-called rebuilding of Deontay Wilder. He's got a new head trainer in Malik Scott. We've seen plenty of training clips. He's built a contained facility at his own property to train. He's weeded out these so-called snakes in his camp, and that's Wilder's words. And he's vowing to be an improved fighter, not just looking for the right hand, not just looking to be a one-trick pony who only needs to be perfect for a couple of seconds, as he's previously stated. And running alongside this redemption narrative, which has been pushed at fans to try to drum up interest in the fight after the hellacious beating that Wilder took in the rematch, alongside that we've also had the cheating allegations, which were first pushed for many months by Wilder's own ardent supporters online. And then 6 months after the fact, after that rematch, Wilder himself emerged from a self-imposed hiatus from the spotlight to accuse Fury directly.
You scratched flesh out of my ears, which caused my ears to bleed. I highly believe you put something hard in your glove, something the size and the shape of an egg weight. Here's the reason why the side of my face swelled up in an egg weight form.
I've actually seen some bizarre takes in recent weeks suggesting that if Wilder wins, then that validates the cheating allegations, for which Wilder himself has previously said he doesn't have any conclusive evidence of, rather just his suspicions of what took place. But let me tell you, if Wilder wins, it doesn't mean that some of his bizarre claims, his bizarre behaviour is vindicated. It means he won a boxing match, that he was better on the night. And even if he hasn't improved, he will always be dangerous with the power that he has. Nothing is assured in heavyweight boxing, and Tyson Fury is going to have to be wary of the power to an extent as he looks to execute his own game plan and win the third fight. But let's hope we get something conclusive, definitive, and we can move on from this. But with this redemption narrative in full flight, because I'll just mention this briefly, and Deontay Wilder doubling down on those cheating accusations, Tyson Fury has, for the most part, become a passenger in the promotion of this third fight. They haven't needed him to sell the fight as much because he was dominant in that second one. They need to make it seem more even, that Wilder's improved, that he's got a real show of winning this fight. So Fury himself has become a passenger to a large extent. But just getting back to the cheating claims, I think many fans have been wondering since they were made, not just by, the ardent Wilder supporters who just, spraying everything around, but people have been wondering if any of it were true and Fury really had some sort of egg-type weight object in his gloves, as is claimed by Wilder. Shouldn't some sort of criminal action or proceedings have been instigated by Deontay Wilder? I mean, that's a question a lot of us have had. And most media outlets have really steered clear of asking these sorts of questions. But I was heartened to see someone step up to the plate in the virtual press conference for Deontay Wilder and actually put it to him.
Now, after the last fight, you talked about how you felt that there was something going on with Tyson Fury's gloves, and that he had put something that resembled an egg weight into the gloves. At any point, did you consider, like, this would be a grand conspiracy if he did this? At any point, did you consider calling the police, making it a criminal matter? Because, I mean, you're talking about somebody trying to really badly hurt you against a contract that you've signed. This would be like a criminal matter if you were to do that.
But you know, I didn't go to the measurements of that. You know, like I said, I want it back in blood, so that's up to me. So come October the 9th, I will get my revenge. You heard it. You seen the shirts we had, glass are glass, eye for eye, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
So there was just for a few seconds, it was a bit uncomfortable there from Deontay Wilder. He looked a bit unsure about how he was going to respond, but then he ultimately avoided the question, deflected, went on to something else. So that's some of the media training kicking in. And whether Wilder believes all the stuff that he's been peddling or he's using it as a promotional tool to sell the third fight, it's unclear. Maybe it's a bit of both. If you saw some of my last video that chronicled some of the statements that have led up to this fight, and some of them go back all the way to just after that fight in 2020, you know that it has been an acrimonious build-up. I actually had a couple of people commenting on that video saying that the video wasn't necessary and would be irrelevant after Wilder wins. But to that I would say I disagree entirely, because regardless of the outcome, Deontay Wilder's sometimes outrageous claims, his behaviour, it won't be forgotten. He has essentially accused Fury of trying to maim him, and in spite of that has not taken any real action to prove those claims. His brother even said that he had an autopsy performed on him, which, as we know, autopsies are only performed on dead people. And the one guy who had his best interest at heart in that second fight, Mark Breland, was fired and declared a disloyal trainer, and even accused of spiking Deontay Wilder's water. All of these things he has never substantiated. The number of wild and unsubstantiated and deluded claims has been absolutely off the charts. The only thing that we've seen since that second fight is Deontay Wilder take zero responsibility for his loss. So whether he's able to have changed because he didn't want to accept that he was beaten on the night by a better fighter, whether he's actually been able to privately accept that and use that to make real change, or if this is just a facade what we're seeing, or these, you know, the new trainer trying to work the body, other bits and pieces, we're soon going to see. But Wilder's own thoughts on the build-up, we'll get to that now. So we'll finish the video with a selection of clips from the virtual press conference to round out the video. So let me know though, will Deontay Wilder be the freight train that he promises to be, or is he again going to go off the rails and crash and burn?
You can never be perfect in certain things, but that don't mean you can't train to be perfect for it. And I think what we've been doing is definitely going to benefit me in not only this fight to come, but fights to come, you know, in the future as well. So I thank God for everything that has happened to me, and the thing that's gonna happen for me. Not only just with Malik, but all my brothers. I have every last one of my brothers, you know, in camp with me. All my brothers is a part of my team, and it's just that love, man. I tell people I have so much love around me that. The hate is invisible to me. You know, I don't really dwell on it. It is nothing to me. You know, I think they take it more personal than I. You know, it's just one out the other. If someone say something, or if I see something, or most of the time I don't really see nothing. If you live where I live, all my fights have, well, since I became champion, you know, it's nobody come out with a better dress, better uniform than I. And we're gonna continue to continue with that. You know, and we have to see what I put on. It's going to be something special. It's going to be something that I dedicate this, you know, to my people, my tribe, you know. So I look forward to seeing it. I'm more focused now than I've ever been in my entire career. You know, this is another part, a second phase of my career. You know, like I said, I had fun in my first album coming out, defending the title, you know, for 5 years. 10 title defenses, you know, like I said, I gave my time to people, you know, and so it was appreciated, but sometimes it wasn't. And And at this point in time, man, we're serious about everything. I'm super focused. A blessing for me. The more they delayed it, the more time we had to work on our craft and art, and to go over even more strategically go over the game plan. This training camp has been amazing. It definitely has, hands down, been the best training camp I've ever had in my entire career. Sometimes you need certain events to happen in life to bring about a change of things, whether that's getting rid of people out of your life, or whether it's taking up the regiments of training inside the camp, or anything that it feels that need to be a change. And I can say, man, this is the best camp I've had all the way around. And this is the first time where I had all my guys with me, at all times, at a long period of time, and with no distractions. The old Deontay Wilder is no longer there. It's something that I can't explain to you, but only will show you come October the 9th. I know a lot of people have to promote certain things, but I think I've been a straight up guy. I've been a straightforward fighter ever since the start of my career. That's what I use my platform for. There's never been no fakery about me. Sometimes I say things that may, cross people wrong, or people don't understand what I say because they don't understand the man that is saying it. But as the saying is, my favorite saying, what's understood don't have to be explained. So come October the 19th, baby, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. And it's just going to be an amazing fight.